Do I think Carol Baskin did it? Maybe. Maybe she did. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again. And we're still in quarantine. We're still all sat at home doing whatever it is that you do when you're sat at home. In my case, it's watching copious amounts of shows on streaming websites. So I've already done what I watch on Disney Plus, and I'm currently going to do my Netflix favourites. Some of these I have finished, some of these I'm still going through, but these are just some that I'm really into. Now, my first one, I feel like it currently wouldn't be a what I watch on Netflix video without me mentioning Tiger King. Now, the internet has gone crazy over Tiger King and I'm really getting into it. I'm only about 2 or 3 episodes in currently, but I am hooked. It's on TikTok, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter. It is everywhere and I have caught the Tiger King bug. Do I think Carol Baskin did it? Maybe. Maybe she did. But will we ever know? Probably not, unless she did it and she confesses. Maybe we will, but maybe we never will know. And that's kind of one of the cool and interesting things about it, is the fact that it's kind of like a mystery. So I have caught the Tiger King bug. I'm really enjoying it. It's just fascinating. It is fascinating to me. The second one is an all-time favourite of mine. I think we still have one more season to go, which is currently being filmed, but that is Grace and Frankie. Now, I don't actually know many people in my life who also watch Grace and Frankie. It is one of those where someone says, what do I watch on Netflix? I will always recommend it because it has humour, it has sad moments, it has everything all rolled into this nice little package of goodness, and I absolutely adore it. It's a real feel-good show. I'm not gonna like give away like any of the plot or anything, but there's like 4 or 5 seasons already. I think we're waiting for one more, but it's so good. It's so good. Number 3 on my list is Agretsuko. Now, this is a show by Sanrio, and it's so good. My friend Emily introduced me to it when it very first came out, and I am hooked. From day one, I was hooked. I've watched it both in its English dub, I've also watched it in its sort of Japanese tongue with English subs on it. Like, I have watched it every which way that you possibly can where I will still understand the words. It's just so good. It's wholesome. Agretsuko, man. Agretsuko. Number 4 is one that I've been with for a really long time, and that is RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, if you haven't heard of RuPaul's Drag Race, I don't know where you've been. Genuinely, I don't know where you've been. Like, even if you're not a fan, you've heard of it. Like, everyone talks about Drag Race and I love it. I've watched it from the hidden season 1, which sort of no one really talks about, which is a shame because I really enjoyed it. You got some of my favourite queens on that season, all the way up until the current season. Currently we are still on season 11, maybe, question mark. We're still on season 11. If it is 11, great. If it's not, this is what season we're on. I just love it. Like, we even got like our own version here in the UK, and that was fantastic. Absolutely loved that. Bagger is an absolute queen. Yeah, RuPaul's Drag Race, man, just, it's so good, and I will continue watching it till the end of time. Till I'm old and grey, I will still watch Drag Race when I'm old and grey. Number 5 is another one. I think Emily introduced me to this one as well, and that's Queer Eye. It's essentially like a new reboot of a show that was made like back in the 19... and it's essentially a group of guys and they go around, they make over people's lives and their houses, and I want them to come and make over my life because that would be fabulous. I need Tan to look at my wardrobe, I need Bobby to redo my house, I need Jonathan to do something with this mop of hair that is currently sitting on my head doing whatever it wants by this point, because who has time to do their hair in quarantine? I mean, we've got time, but we're just not. I mean, I cut myself a fringe. Funnily enough, I cut the fringe before we went into quarantine, because everyone's saying that's how you know that you've won quarantine, is when you cut your own hair. So far, surprisingly, I haven't succumbed to this because I'm currently trying to grow out a fringe that I cut in before lockdown, which in a way is working well because it's at that awkward length where if I have it down, it's sort of to here. So, but I've got a lot of, because I layered it, I've got some baby hairs which don't stay to the side, so which is why it's just kind of doing its own poofy thing on top of my head. But yeah, Jonathan Van Ness, come and fix my hair, please. But yeah, so Queer Eye, it's so wholesome, it's so good, and just, if you need a really, really good pick-me-up, Queer Eye is the show for you. Number 6 on my list is another one like Grace and Frankie. I don't really see a lot of people talk about. This show doesn't get the love that it deserves, and that is Atypical. Atypical is about a young boy on the spectrum and like how he is like dealing with just like day-to-day life, like love, college, university, and it's just so good. Like, it's just like family dynamics, like it's just such an interesting and such a good show to watch. Like, everything is portrayed perfectly, and as close to my knowledge, it's done very accurately. I know it's had some like really, really good reviews, but not enough people talk about it. And that really, really makes me sad because it deserves a lot more love. Number 7 on my list. Now, all of these so far have been shows. This one's a film. It's called Dumplin', and it has a really, really lovely place in my heart. It's basically about like a high school girl, like she's not stick thin, like her mum was like a pageant queen, and it's basically to show that like you don't have to be like your magazine stick thin, skinny, pretty person to be and do the things that you want to do and to be who you want to be. It's just, I don't know how many times I'm going to say wholesome in this video, but it is a wholesome film to watch. I would highly recommend it. It's another one that I don't hear people talk about, and I think it needs a lot more love than what I get. It will break your heart, it will heal your heart. It's just such a pleasant show to watch. It's very easy to watch as well. But yeah, Dumplin' is just, it's wholesome, it's good. It's definitely one I'd recommend. Number 8, this show, from what I saw on Twitter, it got a lot of love and it also got some hate as well. I wouldn't say a lot of hate, but it got some hate. That's AJ and the Queen. I personally loved AJ and the Queen, and I'm really gutted if the rumours are true that we aren't getting a season 2 of AJ and the Queen. I am heartbroken because the way that it ends, we deserve a season 2. Quite frankly, in the sort of on the same, it's completely not in the same vein of Dumplin' at all, but sort of taking what I said from Dumplin' and putting it into this, it will break your heart and heal it all in one. Like, it'll make you sad, it'll make you happy, it'll make you laugh, it'll make you think about things as well. It's just such a good show. We need season 2. Why it was cancelled, I don't know. Because it shouldn't be. It's so good. It's so good. This video is basically just me just saying that things are so good on Netflix, and that's because they are. Number 9 kind of goes completely off the sort of same tangent of shows that I've mentioned so far, and that's Disenchantment. I cannot wait for the next season of Disenchantment because it's so easy to watch. It's made, I'm pretty sure, by the same people who did The Simpsons. It's funny, like it's got some lewd humour in there, which I mean, I can't really go wrong with some of that sometimes. It is just a really good, easy watch. It's funny. It's just great. It is just great. I'm very aware that I'm sounding very, very samey for a lot of these by just saying they're great. They're so wholesome. But really, like, Disenchantment is just, it's such a good show. Such a very, very good show, which I would highly recommend. And last but not least on my list, I'm still in the middle of watching, and that's Hilda. Hilda is wholesome. It's one of those where I won't watch a load in one big foul swoop. I'll watch a couple of episodes, I'll go away, I'll come back maybe like 2-3 weeks later to a month later, and I'll carry on watching, because it's one of those where you don't really overly need to like keep in sync with what's happening. It's a nice easy watch. It's something that I just really like to put on if I don't quite know what else I want to watch, but I want something that's nice, like happy-go-lucky, like really, really good. Really good for the soul. And Hilda is one of those. I've got one of the comics as well, because it came from a comic series. It came from a comic series? It either came from a comic series or a comic series has been made because of it. I don't remember which way around it is. Either way, they're both good, both show and comic. It's just a nice simple watch. It's good for the heart, it's easy, and I think it's just an overall crowd pleaser, really. Hilda's a good one. So if you've made it this far, it means that you've made it through my ramblings of 10 of my favourite things to watch on Netflix, in which case, gold star for you. Let's get a wholesome count going. How many times did I say wholesome in the video? I really, really hope you enjoyed it. If you have seen any of these and give any different opinions to me, let me know down in the comment section below. Would love to know about that. What shows do you like? What do you watch? What are you watching? Any recommendations that are on the same sort of line, like, let me know. Obviously these aren't the only shows I watch on Netflix. They are pretty much my staples of, if I go to Netflix, that is what I will watch. Thank you very much again for watching this video. Like if you liked it, and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.